Good afternoon, all of you. Our next topic is RC coupled amplifier. Simply, an amplifier means amplify the signals. So we know in a microphone it produces low amplitude signal. So initially we amplify the weak signals using an amplifier circuit, then send it to loudspeaker. For all purposes in an environment we get the signal is low amplitude signals. In order to process these signals, initially we amplify that signals. For any electronic processor we used amplifier circuits. Many type of amplifier circuits are used. RC coupled amplifier is a simple type amplifier. In an amplifier the main component is transistor. Mainly used component is transistor. Transistor is an active element. So in our previous discussion we already learned that in order to amplify a signal, the amplifier must work in the active region. Otherwise we have to set an operating point. In order to set that operating point, we used biasing. In biasing, we used DC voltage. So, in a voltage divider circuit, in that circuit, we used R1 and R2. Using R1 and R2, we properly distributed the DC voltage to the input side and output side. So in an RC coupled amplifier, first we have to bias the transistor. For that we use the voltage divider biasing circuit. I think you remember the circuit. That is, in that circuit mainly R1 and R2. This is the potential divider circuit. From the middle point we connected the transistor base, transistor emitter region, collector region. The collector is connected to a collector resistor, and R1 and collector resistor shortened and connected to the supply, DC supply. This is the DC supply. You must remember this is the DC supply. And in the emitter region we connect a emitter resistor and R2 and emitter resistor short and then connected to ground. This is the voltage divider bias circuit. This circuit is used to set the operating point. That is, in the transistor work in the cutoff region, saturation region and active region. Not to work as the amplifier, transistor must work in the active region. In order to set an operating point in the active region, we have to set the DC voltage across the input region, that is emitter base region, collector base region. For that purpose we used voltage divider biasing circuit. This is the voltage divider bias circuit. We simply then converted to an RC coupled amplifier. We connected a coupling capacitor to the base region, that is the base coupling capacitor. Then a input AC signal. This is the input signal. Okay, this is the AC signal. This is the input signal. This signal is to be amplified. This is the DC voltage. This is used for biasing. This is the input signal. This signal is applied to the base region through a coupling capacitor. Okay, in the emitter region there is a bypass capacitor. Name is bypass capacitor C, that is connected from the emitter region to ground. Then we take the output from the collector region through a coupling capacitor. This coupling capacitor, collector coupling capacitor. From this we take the output. Output is taken across the collector point and ground point. And then we take load resistance. When current flows through load resistance, a voltage is developed across it. We take the amplified output from this load resistance. This is the circuit diagram. Once more, voltage divider biasing circuit. We connect the input signal through the base coupling capacitor, and we connected a bypass capacitor across the emitter resistance, and we take the output from the collector region through the coupling capacitor. Okay. So we mainly use the components resistor and capacitor. That's why the name comes RC coupled amplifier. So we apply input signal and amplified output will get from the collector region. So this circuit is used for biasing. This coupling capacitor is used to smoothen the input signal. When input signal is applied, a smoothed input signal is passed to the base. If input signal is suddenly changes, maybe this transistor may damage. In order to protect this transistor from the sudden variation from the input signal, this capacitor is used. Sometimes a DC voltage flows through this path, that is this R1 to capacitor to this signal. So in order to protect the signal coming from this DC voltage to input signal, we used this capacitor. And the another function is, in order to pass only AC components to the base region, in order to pass the AC components to the transistor, this capacitor, mainly capacitor blocks the DC signal, only pass the AC signal. So pass only AC signal, we use this capacitor. The main three functions are to smoothen the signal, in order to protect the signal source from the DC source. Third one, to pass only AC signal to the transistor and blocks the DC signal. This is the function of this input coupling capacitor, base coupling capacitor. Here a emitter bypass capacitance is used. We have to see the input is base emitter. The voltage across the base emitter acts as the input voltage. That is the voltage developed across the R2. That is, base emitter is connected to R2. This voltage developed across the R2 will act as the input. When a emitter current flows through this resistor, then a voltage is developed across the emitter resistor. Then plus minus. This type of a voltage is developed across resistor. Here plus minus. So when these two comes, the voltage across this R2 resistor, is subtract, that is R2. The total input voltage is voltage developed across R2 minus voltage is developed across RE, emitter resistance. So the input voltage will reduce. If the input voltage will reduce, the emitter base junction will be in reverse bias. Every time, in order to work as an amplifier, the emitter base junction should be work as in forward bias condition. For forward bias condition, a sufficient voltage drop will be there. If a voltage is developed across this emitter resistance, this voltage will be decreased and it will not work in a forward bias condition. So in order to avoid this problem, we use a bypass capacitor. If the current flows through this capacitor, we know the resistance across the capacitor is less than the resistance across resistance. So if a current comes, that will flow through the flow through this bypass capacitor and flow to the ground. If the current flows through this emitter resistance, a voltage is developed across it and it will be subtracted from this voltage. We connect a capacitor here, so current flows through this capacitor. The impedance or resistance, the impedance offered by the capacitor is less than the impedance offered by the resistor, so current will flow through this capacitor. So the current bypass this resistor and flows through it, so it is known as the bypass capacitor. Okay, this is known as the bypass capacitor, and it will increases the stability of the circuit. If voltage developed across it, the stability will be decreased. So in order to protect the stability of the circuit, we use this capacitor. This is known as the bypass capacitor. This coupling capacitor, the collector coupling capacitor, is also used to take the output from the collector region. This also pass only the AC signal, it blocks the DC signal. This is the main working components in the circuits. So next is frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier. Frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier. The frequency response means the characteristics between frequency and the gain. So we have low frequency signal, high frequency signal and mid frequency signals. So the circuit, the amplifier will not work the function, that is in some low frequency signals it will amplify, some high frequency signal it does not amplify. So the amplifier does not amplify all the signals equally. It depends also on the frequency, that is amplifier depends on the amplitude and the frequency. So this characteristic shows how the amplifier respond in all frequency, responds to the frequency. So it has low frequency, high frequency and middle frequency. So in this region we can see in the low frequency region the gain is low. Low frequency region is gain is low. In the mid frequency region we have as a gain. High frequency region again the gain becomes low. That is, in the mid frequency region the amplifier will give sufficient gain, but in the low frequency the gain becomes low, and the high frequency the again gain low. It is low. Okay, thank you.